FreeMMOStation.com.
Hey guys, this is Hitso with FreeMMOStation.com with another first look video, and today we are playing Sword Girls, the Anime Online collectible card game. If you guys remember one of the last videos that I did, it was on Might and Magic's Duel of Champions, and a lot of people really liked that game and found it interesting. This is actually almost the same exact concept, the same game, just think of it as more, booby girled, and you know what I mean, type of game. So it has basically some of the same things. We're here in the menu here. It is kind of browser based. You don't really have to download or anything for anybody who has the RAM problems, the memory problems, that they just don't have enough space in their hard drive, whatever. So just to get through some of the basic menu stuff here, you have the dungeons like most games where you do fight against the CPU, but they get harder as you play them. There's not a big deal, even though you can change them, how hard they are, even in the beginner one, which kind of makes no sense for that. You just had for the one basic leveling dungeon with the difficulty. The next is also basically the PvP, so when you fight other people in the game. Then you have the shop where you actually buy your cards, so if you want extra cards. It has the same exact thing as Might and Magic. You have your spell cards. Your followers are basically your attacker cards, and then you have your hero, which is this card right here, which I have. Yes, I know you're staring at it. There it is. And here is the lab where you can craft cards in this game, which I think is pretty cool, except for the part that it doesn't make sense. Like, you craft them, but I don't find it a necessary part of this game unless when you get bigger. I have played 3 games and won already twice. And then here's the arena where you play kind of tournaments in the game, PvP wise. So like I said, it's basically what you've seen before. Like I said, just like a Mighty Magic Duel of Champions, except you probably want to play that game because it has more people. This game has like you can see here in the chat, this the basic people that you see in these little games. There's always like a little crowd. So we're gonna get right into the game here, and I'm actually gonna show you how to play the game, even though like I said it's kind of close. So when we're gonna play some PvP, hopefully find someone. If we do not find someone, then I'll just play in a dungeon, against the lonely CPU. So here already, so I can explain, if you see here on the right, this is my hero, the Luthika, or the whatever you want to say, Preventer. They have 30 life points. I believe you can get it higher as you get, as the more you go up. And if you guys are wondering, if you make the screen full screen for this game, you can see this little plus sign up here. I wouldn't do it just yet. Besides that, well, you don't really need to do it for this game. It's kind of unnecessary, but that it just bugged. You have to, when you kind of do it, it doesn't get bigger. Like the screen gets bigger, right? But things are cut off in the screen. You can tell they haven't fixed it already. So I would suggest just playing at the regular little screen, kind of like an emulator screen, just really small. So as you can see here, there's not a big audience, even though it is in the middle of the day here. And the game kind of runs at Pacific time, but even though that shouldn't matter. But I guess I'm going to go play a dungeon because I cannot find no one. It's pretty sad. So we're going to go into the dungeon, which I would suggest to play first, even if you haven't played any sort of card game. So I'm just going to play it on normal, not get too hard. Actually, I can't even play normal yet because I have to play the beginner. So I'm going to go into the beginner dungeon. And we're going to explore the dungeon. I'm guessing that's exploring is to do it. I've done the first one already. This game is also it's kind of like when I said Duel of Champions. Except in Duel of Champions, anything can happen in the terms that you can be winning and all of a sudden just lose the match randomly. So you can see here that random girls see more boobies here. Yeah, they're just trying to make you feel special here. So you can click on it and it'll just go by. So you can see here that there's the 2 heroes. It's not as big as of course a Duel of Champions game. You can see I got the first turn because they flip a coin. It depends on the color you are. See, I'm red, so I get to start first in my turn. So here's your basic deck. You have 30 seconds to start, so I'm just gonna start putting cards here since I know what I'm doing, and a spell card. So you can see here I have 1 turn. Obviously it's timed, and the size, these little things up here, the numbers, is the size of the card. You can only put up to 10 in size on the field. So you can see here the 3 would make 8, obviously, out of 10. So you can see, since that person is blue, they get to go first. These are the follower cards, kind of like the attacking cards, basically. And this is my hero, and this is the spell card. And you can see, obviously, the spell does things towards these cards. And of course, the hero card has its own abilities. You see here, the life is going down, and I'm just of, apparently demolishing them. As you can see, down here is how many cards you have in your deck, the garbage and the shuffles. You can reshuffle after a while when you're running out of cards. So you can see here the kind of specialty of the card kind of gave this card more defense and more attacking. And then in the middle, I believe is like how much your with that little number in the middle, it's probably you could care less about that number, but it gives you a sort of how do you explain it? It gives you, if they attack you, let's say the attack's 8, it'll be 7 if you have 1, basically. So you see, it's not my turn again. So like I said, the whole point is to deplete the life points of the person. The more cards you take away from the field actually affects this, and of course if there's no cards in front of it, it will kill or attack the hero directly. Just said, it's a very basic game. If you play Duel Champions, you'll notice you kind of don't do the moves yourself. You don't get to pick the attacks, which in Duel Champions you'll get to do. So this game is kind of more babyish, even though like I said it's more girly and it's anime. But this game, like I said, it's kind of like a luck game, I kind of feel. Even though I'm playing on beginning, I've played like 3 games and 2 of them have been online and I've won both. So people are not that hard, and especially because I said most time, at least for me, most people don't know what they're doing, which is pretty sad. So you can see here that now we are still winning, obviously, and that the specialty is going in and they're depleted. So you can see the game kind of go fast. It's pretty funny. The game kind of goes really fast, especially like online games. I feel go fast compared to Duel Champions. I know I'm kind of doing everything compared to Duel Champions, but Duel Champions I would kind of consider the #1 card game out right now. And like I said, it kind of reminds me of Yu-Gi-Oh, and I used to love Yu-Gi-Oh when I was a little bit younger. Not that young. I mean, I'm not that old already. But you can see here that we already won the game, and that the game was pretty simple. I mean, it's basically the same way as Duel Champions, and you can see here after you win a game, you can click from a bronze, a silver, or a gold card pack. If you want to get the gold card pack, you need to buy the silver one, and what they basically do is give you a type of card that's good. As you can see here, I got this card, and I got the gold pack. So every card basically has its own specialties, and it said there's followers and spell cards. Spell cards, the spell cards, do it spells basically what it means to your followers and to your heroes that affect the game. And you can see that was the fastest game ever. I know I wasn't playing the computer, but and of course the higher you get in card points, I want to go home, you'll notice how fast you get in the actual basic game. I said it's not that hard since you don't really do anything in the game. I know this was a pretty short video, but there wasn't really much to show. I mean, it's not very hard. I mean, of course, like I said, the more card points you have, the higher you can get in the game. And you can, like I said, create your own custom decks with cards that you buy, and then the higher your points are, you can only have 30 cards basically, and the higher your points are, the higher your skill of your deck is, and you play harder people. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Like I said, it was very short, but it was very short and easy. You can actually get this game, like I said, Sword Girls online. It's not that, it's not that hard. Like I said, it's still bugged kind of with if you want to play it in a bigger screen. It doesn't really matter. It kind of plays on this, better on this little short screen, and it does have a little small community, as you can see here, but it was kind of hard to find a game, especially during the midday. Of course, at night you'll probably find more people because people work and all that other stuff. So thank you guys for watching. If you guys want to see any of our other videos or any future videos, we will be here for you guys. Thank you guys. See you guys later.